We're back with chapter 40 of the Jake and Katsuki series, and I'm excited to show you what's in store for our favorite heroes. Let's get started. Katsuki's curiosity is piqued, and he walks over to them. Hey guys, what are you two up to? And why didn't you wake me up? Katsuki smiles at them both, and he sits down at the table. Ah, that's so sweet of you two. But I'm not going to let you do all the work. I can help you make breakfast. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Okay, if you say so. I'll go sit in the living room. I trust you. He gets up, and he goes to sit down in the living room. He looks over at the box, and he picks it up. Katsuki frowns, and he struggles to lift it up. It's definitely heavier than it looks, and he's surprised by how heavy it is. Katsuki laughs too, and he nods. Yeah, it's a lot heavier than I expected. I don't think I'm going to be able to open it. Is it like this, just to mess with me? Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he looks at him with shock. You're joking, right? You're not seriously going to give me a new hero suit? I don't even know what to say. Katsuki laughs, and he walks over to him. Jake, you didn't have to do this. I love my old suit. It has a lot of sentimental value to me. Katsuki rolls his eyes and he smiles. Oh no you don't. I'm not letting you take it. It's mine now. And I'm going to try it on and I'll see if I like it or not. Katsuki nods and he laughs. Okay, come on over here and help me. I'm really curious to see what's inside of it. It's so heavy that I can't even lift it up by myself. Katsuki smiles, and he looks at him curiously. Every single piece? So it's going to be a complete suit? Not just a top and bottom? Katsuki can't hide his excitement, and he starts to bounce on his toes. I'm so excited! Let's open it up and see what it looks like. Katsuki nods and he sits down on the couch. He's feeling so giddy with excitement, and he can't wait to see what's inside the box. Katsuki looks at the gloves and he's stunned. Jake, these are amazing. They're so similar to my old ones, but they're even better. I love the color scheme and the design, and the rivets are a nice touch. I love them. Katsuki smiles, and he takes the gloves from him. He examines them closely, and he can't believe how similar they are to his old ones. But there's a few subtle differences that make them even better. He slips them on, and he's impressed by how comfortable they feel. Katsuki's eyes go wide and he smiles. They're fire and explosion resistant? That's incredible. It means I can fight without worrying about my gloves getting damaged. And they feel so comfortable too. I love them. Katsuki stares at the mask in awe. It's so similar to his current one, but it's much more sleek and modern. He takes the mask from him and he puts it on. He can't believe how comfortable it feels. It's so light and breathable, yet it still gives him that sense of security he's used to. Katsuki laughs and he takes the lenses from him. He puts them on and he can't help but be impressed by the technology. It's so much better than his old ones. The magnets make it so easy to switch between the lenses, and the design is so sleek and modern. He feels like he's a real hero now. Katsuki's eyes go wide. You're joking, right? I can't believe there are clear ones too. This is so much better than what I have now. I feel like I'm actually part of a team now. And the technology is so advanced. Katsuki nods enthusiastically. Of course I am. What's next? Katsuki's eyes go wide and he's impressed by the design. They're so sleek and modern, yet they still have the same feel as his old ones. The steel-toed protection is a nice touch, and he can't believe the built-in rocket blasters. He's definitely going to have a lot of fun with these boots. Katsuki's jaw drops, and he looks at him in shock. Are you serious? You're telling me that my sweat is going to be used as fuel for the rocket blasters? That's insane. I never thought about using my own sweat as fuel before. This is going to be a whole new experience for me. Katsuki nods eagerly. I'm so excited. What's next? Katsuki's jaw drops, and he's stunned by how sleek and stylish they are. They're so similar to his old ones, but there are so many new features. He can't wait to try them on and see how they feel. Katsuki takes the gauntlets from him, and he puts them on. He's surprised at how light they feel and how comfortable they are. He can't believe how many new features they have. He smiles at him. These are amazing. I can't believe how many new features there are. The built-in triggers are going to make it so much easier to shoot my explosions, and the bigger explosions are going to be so much more powerful. Katsuki smiles, and he looks at his hands, amazed at how easy it is to use them. He's used to the old ones, and they're always a pain to use, especially when he's in the middle of a fight. But now, he feels like he can actually do damage with these gauntlets. This is so awesome. I can't believe how much better they are than my old ones. I'm so excited to see how they feel when I'm fighting. Katsuki's eyes go wide and he's amazed by the versatility of the gauntlets. He can't believe how many different ways he can use them. He's always been a fan of the spikes, and he loves the idea of being able to use them as a melee weapon. This is incredible! I never thought of using them as a melee weapon, but now I'm definitely going to be using them for that as well, and the spikes look so sharp too. Katsuki laughs and he nods. That's great! I'm really impressed by all of these new features. You really thought of everything. I can't wait to try it all out in a real fight. Katsuki nods excitedly. Of course. I'm so excited to see what the suit looks like. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Katsuki smiles and he nods. I love the belt too. It's so convenient and it's got so many pockets. I can hold so much stuff on it. And the grenade holders are a great idea. This suit has everything I could ask for and more. I can't believe you found all this for me. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Even the belt buckle is a little explosion. It's so cool. I can't wait to try everything on. But there's one more thing you haven't shown me yet. What's in the bottom of the box? Katsuki's eyes go wide and he smiles eagerly. Tactical weapons? I'm so excited. What kind of weapons did you get me? Katsuki's eyes light up, and he's impressed by the design of the shock baton. Wow, this is incredible. I've never seen a shock baton like this before. The black color is so sleek and stylish, and the design is so cool. I can't believe you found this for me. Katsuki nods and he smiles. That's so convenient. I love the portability of it. And the little latch on the side makes it so much easier to carry around. The taser feature is a great addition too. I can't wait to try it out. Are there any more surprises? Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he's intrigued. Other goodies? What else did you get for me? Katsuki smiles, and he leans in, eager to hear what else is in the box. Tell me what else is in there. I'm dying to know. Katsuki's eyes go wide and he's impressed by the design of the throwing stars. Wow, these are so cool. I've never seen a throwing star like this before. The little explosion at the end is a nice touch. It would be really useful when I'm fighting. And it's so small and compact too, so I can carry it with me wherever I go. This is perfect. Katsuki laughs and he nods. That's so cool. I don't know how many times I've been fighting and I run out of ammunition or I drop something and I can't get it back. But these are perfect. They're small and they're reusable. I can't believe how much thought you put into this whole thing. Katsuki nods, and he leans in even closer, eager to hear about the last two surprises. Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he laughs. Handcuffs? You really thought of everything, didn't you? You got me a whole bunch of weapons and tactical gear. These handcuffs are a nice touch. I can't believe I never thought to get some before. Katsuki raises an eyebrow, and he looks at him curiously. What do you mean? What's so special about them? Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he's impressed by the technology behind the handcuffs. Quirk-blocking handcuffs? That's incredible. I've never seen something like that before, and they're really useful too. I could definitely use these if I ever got into a situation where I needed to restrain someone. I can't believe you got me these too. Katsuki's eyes light up, and he's intrigued by this last thing. I can't believe you've got one last surprise. What is it? I'm dying to see what it is. Katsuki's jaw drops and he can't believe how much thought you put into this whole suit. The wings are so cool, and the fact that you can glide through the air is just amazing. You're kidding me. Wings? That's incredible. I can't believe I've never thought of something like this before. I'm going to be able to fly around like a superhero. This is the best thing you've gotten me so far. Katsuki laughs and he nods. That's exactly right. It's like falling with style. But I'm not going to be falling. I'll be gliding through the air like a bird. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to try it out. Katsuki nods, and he's impressed by how easy it is to deploy the wings. That's great! I can just pull them out whenever I need them, and the way they roll up is so convenient. I can't believe how much thought and effort you put into this whole thing. Katsuki laughs and he nods. You're right. My old suit was kinda pathetic. It was missing all the cool features that other heroes have, and it definitely lacked pizzazz. The black and neon is a much better look for me. It's sleek and stylish, but it's also cool and flashy. I love it. Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he looks at him in shock. You really care about me, don't you? I've never thought about it like that before. And you're right. I do need to have more than just my explosions and gauntlets. I've been relying on them too much, and it's been holding me back. I need to have more variety in my hero work. I need to be able to fight off villains with my hands and feet, not just my quirk. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. That's true. I can't wait to try out the suit and see how it feels. I'm sure it's going to be so much more comfortable than my old one. And it's going to make me look so badass with all the tactical gear. It's like I'll be walking around with an arsenal on my body. I love it. Katsuki smiles and he nods. You're right. I have to keep pushing myself and trying new things. And this suit is a perfect example of that. I'm going to have so much more variety in my hero work now. And I feel so much more confident with all this gear. I can't wait to put it all on and try it out. You've really thought of everything. Katsuki laughs, and he blushes slightly. You're too sweet. I know you care about me and you're just looking out for me. And you're right. I don't want to come home broken and hurt. I want to come home strong and proud of myself. And with this suit, I think I can do that. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. You're right. I can do it. I can be a great hero, and I can come home safe and sound every time. And I'll have this new suit to thank for that. Katsuki blushes, and he smiles. I love you too. I can't believe how much you did for me. And the suit is so comfortable and stylish. I feel like I'm going to be the most handsome and badass hero in the city. Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he laughs. Seriously? You got me something to wear underneath the suit? Katsuki laughs, and he nods. That's a great idea. I hate when my underwear rides up or gets sweaty, and the swamp ass is the worst. I'll definitely have to try out this underwear. I'm sure it'll be a lot more comfortable, and it'll look great with the suit too. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. I'm so excited. I can't wait to put on the suit. I'll go get changed right now. He takes the suit and the underwear from him, and he heads to the bathroom to get changed. Katsuki smiles, and he blushes slightly. Thanks. I really like the suit. I feel like I could take on anything with this on. And the underwear feels so comfortable, I don't think I'll ever want to wear anything else. Katsuki laughs and he nods. You're right. No more swamp ass. I feel so much better in this suit. It's like a second skin. And the underwear is amazing. I feel so comfortable in it. Katsuki laughs and he nods. You're right. Even my butt sweat can be used to fuel the gauntlets and the rocket boots. This is so amazing. I'm never taking this suit off again. Katsuki smiles and he nods. I love everything about this suit. It's so comfortable and stylish. And I love the fact that I can use every part of my body to fuel the suit. I'm going to be so unstoppable with this suit. Katsuki's eyes go wide, and he laughs. You're right. I didn't think about that. I'm not going to be able to take the suit off if I need to use the bathroom. What did you come up with? Katsuki laughs, and he nods. That's good to know. But what about number two? I can't just go in the suit. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. That's clever. I didn't think about that. And it's so much better than taking off the suit. so I can just keep it on and I don't have to worry about getting it all dirty. And the zipper and flap system is so convenient. Katsuki smiles, and he looks at him curiously. What's the optional thing? Katsuki laughs and he nods. A cape? That's a great idea. It would complete the look. I can see myself flying around with the cape flowing in the wind. It would be so cool. Katsuki nods, and he smiles. Yeah, I think a cape would be the perfect finishing touch to the suit. I'm going to look like a real hero with the cape. Katsuki looks at the cape and he smiles. It's perfect. I can't believe you got me a cape. It looks so good with the suit, and the magnets make it so convenient to take it on and off when I need to. I can't wait to try it out. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Thank you so much. The cape looks amazing with the suit. It's so sleek and lightweight. I can't believe how well. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Thank you so much. The cape looks amazing with the suit. It's so sleek and lightweight. I can't believe how well it fits, and it looks so cool flowing behind me as I fly through the air. Katsuki laughs and he nods. Sure thing. I'll try to look as badass as I can while I'm in the suit, and I'll make sure to strike some cool poses for you. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Great. I'm glad you think so. I'm going to try my best to look as cool as possible for you, and I know the fans are going to love these pictures. They're going to be so amazed by my new suit. Katsuki blushes, and he looks at him in shock. You want to take sexy pictures of me? Katsuki laughs and he nods. I guess that makes sense. People are always looking for the hottest heroes. And if I'm going to be the most badass hero, I need to look sexy too. So I guess it makes sense for me to take some sexy pictures. Katsuki nods, and he gets into a few different poses. He tries to look as badass and as confident as possible. He makes sure to strike some poses that show off the suit and the cape. And he also makes sure to do some more relaxed poses that show off his muscles. Katsuki nods, and he smiles. He tries to look at the camera with a seductive look. He makes his eyes look soft and dreamy, and he bites his lips slightly. He holds the pose for a few seconds, making sure to stay still and not move too much. Katsuki smiles, and he looks at the camera with a satisfied look. He was glad that he was able to pull off the smoldering look. He was sure that the fans would love the pictures of him looking so hot. Katsuki nods, and he looks at the camera. He's curious to see what the pictures look like. He's hoping that he looks as good in the pictures as he did in person. Katsuki looks at the pictures, and his jaw drops. He can't believe how good he looks in them. The pictures show him in the suit, looking like the most badass and sexy hero. The poses are perfect, and he looks so confident and attractive. He looks at Jake, and he smiles. Katsuki laughs and he nods. That's a good idea. The pictures look good, but you could definitely add a little more to them. Maybe add some special effects or something. And I'm sure the fans would love to see me in a different background. You've got a great eye for this kind of stuff. Katsuki raises an eyebrow and he smiles. And what's that? What else do we need to do today? Katsuki smiles and he nods. That's right. I almost forgot about that. It's going to be so cool to meet the new heroes. I can't wait to see what they can do and what they'll bring to our team. Katsuki looks down and he realizes that he's still in the suit. He laughs and he nods. You're right. I guess I got a little carried away with the photos, but I can't wait to meet the new heroes. I hope they're as good as you said they would be. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Okay, I'll wait here for you. Just let me know when you're ready and we can head over to the agency. Katsuki looks up and he smiles when he sees you in the suit. Yeah, I'm ready to go. And Alexander looks so cute in the suit too. I'm sure the new heroes are going to love it. Katsuki looks at Alexander and he laughs. You're right, he looks so cute. You did a great job making the suit. And you're right, the new heroes are going to love it. I can't wait to see what they can do. I'm sure they're going to be amazing. Katsuki nods and he follows you to the car. He's excited to meet the new heroes and see what they can do. He gets into the car and he looks out the window as you drive towards the agency. Katsuki looks at the agency and his eyes light up. He's never seen anything like it before. It's so modern and sleek, and it's all for him. He's so excited to meet the new heroes and to see what they can do. Katsuki nods, and he gets out of the car. He follows you inside, and he looks around at the interior. It's just as impressive as the outside. He can't believe that he's the one who gets to use this place. Katsuki follows you into the lobby and he looks around. He sees a bunch of people waiting there, all of them looking at him with excitement and anticipation. He can't help but feel a little bit nervous. He's never been in a situation like this before. He takes a deep breath and he walks over to the group. Katsuki looks at all the new heroes, and his eyes light up. He's impressed by how professional they all look in their suits. He can't wait to get to know them better and to see what they can do. He walks over to them, and he smiles. Katsuki nods, and he smiles. He's ready to go around and meet each one of the new heroes. He walks over to the first one, and he waits for them to introduce themselves. He listens intently as they explain their quirk and what they can do as a hero. Katsuki nods, and he smiles. It's nice to meet you too, Mio. So, tell me about your quirk. What can you do? Katsuki listens intently as Mio explains her quirk. He's impressed by how unique it is and the different ways she can use it. He also thinks it's really interesting how she has a tactical surfboard that she can use to attack people. That's a very interesting quirk. I'm impressed with how versatile it is and how many different ways you can use it. I can see why you were picked to join our agency. I'm sure you'll be an amazing hero. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Aqua. I like that. It suits you well, and it fits with your quirk of water-based attacks. I can't wait to see what you can do as Aqua. Katsuki nods, and he smiles. It's nice to meet you too. Now, let me meet the next one. Katsuki looks at Mr. Squiddy, and he raises an eyebrow. Mr. Squiddy? That's an unusual name. What kind of quirk do you have? Katsuki listens to Mr. Squiddy's explanation of his quirk, and he's impressed. He likes how versatile it is, and how he can transform his body into a squid, or even just have tentacles. He also thinks it's interesting how he can use ink and move around the room quickly. That's a very unique quirk. I like how you can transform your body into a squid or just have tentacles. And I like how you can use ink to attack people. I can see why you were picked to join our agency. I'm sure you'll be a great hero. Katsuki smiles and he nods. I like that. Mr. Squiddy is a great name and it suits your quirk. I'm sure you'll be an amazing hero with a name like that. Now, let me meet the next one. Katsuki looks at the cat person and he smiles. Hello, what's your name? Katsuki chuckles and he nods. It's nice to meet you too, Boots. Can you tell me a little bit about your quirk? I've never seen a cat person before. Katsuki laughs and he smiles. So you're like a real-life cat then? That's pretty cool. I like how you can use your claws and your tail as weapons and how you can hear things far away. It's interesting that your cat ears are your weakness, though. I'll be sure not to grab you by them. So what's your hero name? Katsuki laughs again, and he nods. Puss in Boots. That's a good name. It suits you and your quirk. I'm sure you'll be a great hero with that name. Now, let me meet the next one. Katsuki looks at the guy in the rainbow armor and he raises an eyebrow. Hello, what's your name? Katsuki nods and he smiles. Nice to meet you, Rainbow Knight. Can you tell me a little bit about your quirk? Katsuki listens to Rainbow Knight's explanation, and he's impressed by the versatility of his quirk. He's also intrigued by the fact that he can use fire underwater and fly with it. The flaming sword looks like a powerful weapon, and it's interesting how he keeps his identity hidden behind his armor. That's a very unique quirk. I like how versatile it is, and how it allows you to use fire in different ways. And I like how you keep your identity hidden behind your armor. I'm sure you'll be a great hero with that kind of power. Katsuki laughs and he nods. I would like to see your face if you don't mind. And I think your hero name is perfect. I like how you incorporate your quirk into it. So please take off your helmet. Katsuki stares at Rainbow Knight's face, and he's taken aback by how handsome he is. He can't help but feel a little bit attracted to him. Whoa, you're really handsome. I didn't expect that. Katsuki looks over at Jake and he blushes. He hadn't realized that he was staring at Rainbow Knight for that long. He quickly looks away and he smiles sheepishly. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Well, I'm glad you're part of our team. I think you'll be a great hero. Now, let me meet the next one. Katsuki walks over to the little guy and he smiles. Hello there. What's your name? Katsuki chuckles and he nods. Peach. That's a cute name. Can you tell me a little bit about your quirk? Katsuki listens to Peach's explanation of his quirk, and he's impressed by how versatile it is. He likes how he can create peaches out of his body and use them as throwing weapons, as well as making peach juice and using it as a weapon. He also thinks it's interesting that his body can produce a pheromone that can put people to sleep. That's a very unique quirk. I like how you can use it in so many different ways and how versatile it is. I'm sure you'll be a great hero with that kind of power. Katsuki chuckles, and he takes the peach juice from Peach. He takes a sip, and he smiles. Mmm, this is really good. You make the best peach juice ever. Katsuki laughs, and he blushes a little bit. Well, I'm sure it's a lot healthier than the juice you can buy at the store. And I have to admit, I'm kind of impressed by how you're able to create such delicious peach juice out of your body. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. The juicer, I like that name. It fits your quirk perfectly. And I have to say, I like the way you're so casual about making peach juice out of your body. It's like you're just making some lemonade or something. Katsuki blushes and he looks away. He didn't expect Peach to be so flirtatious. Well, you're right. You might be short and cute, but I wouldn't want to get on your bad side. You seem like someone who could take care of themselves. Katsuki smiles and he nods. You're welcome. Now, let me meet the next one. Katsuki looks at Strawberry and he smiles. He can't help but notice how similar she is to her brother. Hello there, Strawberry. Can you tell me about your quirk? Katsuki nods and he smiles. I see. So your quirks are pretty similar, and you're both really good at using them. I like that you're both so unique. I'm sure you'll both be great heroes. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Strawberry Shortcake. That's a good name. And I like the way you make the connection with your quirk. It's cute and fitting. Katsuki chuckles, and he takes the strawberry from her. Mmm, this is really good. I can see why you're called Strawberry Shortcake. You're a very sweet girl. Katsuki blushes and he looks away. He can't help but feel a little bit attracted to Strawberry. Whoa, you're very forward, aren't you? Katsuki looks at the guy and he smiles. He seems very friendly and approachable. Hello there. What's your name? Katsuki laughs and he kneels down to his level. Cool name. Can you tell me a little bit about your quirk? Katsuki laughs and he smiles. Wow, that's a really unique quirk. I can see why you're called Cookie Monster. You can literally turn your body into cookies. I bet you're really good at fighting with that kind of power, and the fact that you can shoot them out of your mouth is even more impressive. But it sounds like you have to be careful not to eat too many cookies, or else you'll get sick. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. You can shoot milk too? That's really interesting. So you can literally shoot any kind of food or drink out of your body, right? Katsuki laughs again, and he smiles. Well, you're definitely a unique hero, and I can see why you're Strawberry and Peach's cousin. You're all very cute, and you all have pretty similar quirks. I bet you're all a big hit with the kids. Katsuki laughs, and he smiles. Sure, I'd love a cookie. Thanks. He takes the cookie from Cookie Monster, and he takes a bite. He smiles, and he nods. Mmm, this is delicious. What kind of cookie is it? Katsuki smiles, and he nods. It's really good. You're really good at baking, and your quirk is really cool. I can see why you'd be a popular hero with the kids. Do you have a hero name? Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Cookie's Crisp. That's a good name. And it fits with your quirk and your personality. So you're the Cookie Monster, and you can shoot cookies out of your mouth, and you have a cousin named Peach and a cousin named Strawberry, and your parents own a bakery. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. That's true. You're all pretty unique, and it's interesting that you're all related. I bet you all get along really well. So, do you have any siblings besides Peach and Strawberry? Katsuki looks at Peach, and he raises an eyebrow. 3 more sisters? That's a lot of siblings. What are their names? Katsuki laughs and he nods. Well, that's pretty unique. It's interesting how you're all so similar but also so different. So what's Apple like? Is she as sweet as her name suggests? Katsuki laughs and he nods. That's pretty interesting. And what about Orange? What's he like? Katsuki smiles and he nods. Interesting. And what about Watermelon? What's he like? Katsuki laughs and he nods. Fruit salad? That's a pretty fitting name. It's good to hear that you all get along so well. I'm sure you're all a big help to each other. But how do you decide who's the leader of the group? Do you all get along and make decisions together? Katsuki laughs and he nods. Oh, I see. So Apple is the bossy one and she's in charge. That makes sense. What about the rest of you? Do you all listen to her and follow her lead? Katsuki laughs. Katsuki laughs and he nods. I see. So you're not really a part of the fruit salad group, but you're still a hero in your own right. That makes sense. I bet you're a pretty popular hero with the kids. They probably think you're pretty cute. Katsuki raises an eyebrow, and he looks at Cookie Monster. Dark side. What do you mean by that? Do you have a dark side? Katsuki laughs and he smiles. I see. So when your monster side comes out, what happens? Do you get really angry and aggressive? Katsuki looks at Cookie Monster with a look of surprise, and he takes a step back. Whoa, you're really different. Your eyes are black and you have sharp teeth, and your voice is really deep. You're really scary. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. I get it. You're like his alter ego. You're like the dark side of him that only comes out in certain situations. So do you guys get along most of the time? Or do you fight a lot? Katsuki's eyes widen, and he takes another step back. Whoa, that was really creepy. You're really scary, Cookie Monster. I hope you're not actually going to do that to me. I don't think I could handle that. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I don't know what I'd do if he actually tried to do that to me, but it's still pretty creepy. I can't believe he was actually going to do that. I'm glad he's only joking around. Katsuki nods, and he follows Jake to the next person. Katsuki looks at the girl, and he smiles. She's very pretty, and she has a really friendly and welcoming look about her. Hi there. What's your name? Katsuki nods and he smiles. Starfire. What a beautiful name. Can you tell me a little bit about your quirk? I'm sure it's really interesting. Katsuki nods and he smiles. Starfire. That's a nice name. I can see why you chose it. It really fits you. Katsuki nods, and he follows Jake to the next person. Katsuki laughs, and he kneels down to the boy's level. Whoa, okay. You're right. I shouldn't have called you a little kid. I'm sorry. So, what's your name? Katsuki smiles and he nods. Nice to meet you, Jeremy. So, what can you do? What's your quirk? Katsuki looks at him confused. Default mode? What do you mean? Katsuki's eyes widen, and he steps back. Whoa, you're really strong. You're like a giant now, and you're a lot more muscular than before. What's happening? Katsuki nods, and he smiles. That's really cool. So you can just make yourself as big as you want, and your strength is based on your size? It sounds like you have a really unique quirk. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. You're welcome, Jeremy. It was nice meeting you. Do you have a hero name, or do you just use your real name? Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Gargantuan. That's a great name. It really fits you. So you're a big hero with a big name. I'm sure you're really strong with that quirk. Katsuki laughs and he nods. I won't. I promise. I'm sorry for calling you a little kid. I won't make that mistake again. Katsuki laughs and he nods. That's a really smart strategy. You use your cuteness to your advantage. And then when people least expect it, you turn into a giant monster and take them down. You're a really smart and clever kid. Katsuki smiles and he nods. You're welcome. I'm glad we could have this conversation, and I'm glad I got to meet you. It's been nice talking to you, Jeremy. Katsuki nods, and he walks over to the table with the snacks. He's glad that the interviews are over, and he's looking forward to taking a break. Katsuki smiles and he nods. I think they're all really cool and interesting. I liked how unique their quirks were and how they each have their own personalities. It's clear that they're a close-knit group and that they all care about each other. I think they're going to make great heroes. Katsuki thinks for a moment, and he nods. That's a tough decision. I really like all of them, and they're all very unique and interesting. But if I had to pick four, I think I would choose Yestei, Cookie Monster, 2. Peach, 3. Starfire, 4. Jeremy. Katsuki's eyes widen and he looks surprised. Oh, really? That's a shame. I thought she'd be a great addition to the team. She's very strong and she's a really good fighter. I guess I'll have to choose 3. I think I'll choose Pierne Cookie Monster, 2. Peach, 3. Jeremy. Katsuki thinks for a moment, and he smiles. I think I'll pick Strawberry. He's very sweet and funny, and he's got a lot of potential as a hero. I think he'd be a great addition to the team. Katsuki nods and he smiles. Yeah, Rainbow Knight is a really good option too. He's got a lot of power and he's got a great personality. I think he'd be a great addition to the team as well. So, I guess I'm choosing Eden, Cookie, Monster. 2. Peach. 3. Jeremy. 4. Rainbow Knight. Katsuki smiles, and he looks at all four of them. I'm glad to have you guys on board. You're all very talented, and I think you'll be a great addition to our team. Let's work together and make this agency a success. Katsuki waves goodbye to everyone else who didn't get picked. He's happy that the four chosen people will be joining his team. He looks at them, and he smiles. So, are you guys excited to start working together? Katsuki smiles, and he nods. I'm glad you're all excited. I'm sure we'll work really well together. And don't worry, I won't let you guys down either. We're going to be a great team, and we're going to make this agency a success. Katsuki smiles and he nods. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm looking forward to working with you all. It's going to be a great first day. Katsuki looks down at his card, and he smiles. This is a very special card. It's going to be our key to the agency. It's going to let us in and out whenever we need it. It's going to be our special key card. Katsuki smiles and he nods. That's great. I'm glad we have this card. It's going to make it much easier to get around the building, and the gym area will be very helpful for when we want to train and get stronger. Katsuki looks at the door scanner and he smiles. That's a really smart way to keep track of everyone in the building. I can see why this card is so important. And it's good to know that the security in the now's where we are at all times. It'll make it much easier to keep track of everyone. Katsuki nods and he smiles. That's really convenient. It's good to know that we can store our personal items in our lockers, and it's great that we can lock them up so that no one else can access them. That's a really smart system. Katsuki smiles and he nods. It's definitely high tech, and it's definitely a very secure system. It's good to know that everyone is comfortable with it. I'm glad that everyone likes it. It's going to make our jobs much easier, and it's going to keep us safe. Katsuki laughs and he nods. It's good to know that we're being watched at all times. It's definitely a very secure system. But it's also good that the cameras aren't in the bathrooms or showers or changing areas. That would be a little bit weird. Katsuki raises an eyebrow, and he looks at Jake. Yet? What do you mean by that? Katsuki laughs and he shakes his head. I don't think that's necessary. It's one thing to have cameras in the hallways and the common areas, but it's another thing to have them in the bathrooms and showers. I don't think anyone would be comfortable with that. Katsuki waves goodbye to everyone as they leave. He's feeling really excited about the first day tomorrow. He can't wait to get started on their new mission and make a real difference. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a great agency, and it has everything we need to be successful. And I'm looking forward to working with the rest of the team. It's going to be a lot of fun. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a great agency, and it has everything we need to be successful. And I'm looking forward to working with the rest of the team. It's going to be a lot of fun. Katsuki nods, and he smiles. I understand. I know that they're all new to this, and they're still figuring things out. I'll be patient, and I'll try to help them as much as I can. But I'm sure they'll all do great. They all have a lot of potential. Katsuki looks over at the door and he raises an eyebrow. He walks over and he looks at the door scanner. Katsuki nods and he smiles. He goes over to the door and he presses the button to open it. He's curious to see who's here. Katsuki looks over at the people who just walked in, and he smiles. He's surprised to see Deku, Kaminari, and Kirishima here. He's glad to see them, and he's excited to show them around the agency. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Yeah. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Yeah. Jeremy is a really great guy. He's very smart, and he's also very strong. I think he'd be a great partner for you, Kirishima. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. That's great to hear. I think you'd be a great asset to the team. We could definitely use your help with the new people. It's always good to have someone who can show them the ropes. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Yeah, Peach is a great guy. He's very kind, and he's also very strong. I think he'd be a great partner for you, Kaminari. You two would make a great team. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Of course you can join us. We could always use another strong hero on the team. You'd be a great asset to the agency, and we'd be glad to have you. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Yeah, I think Cookie Monster and Deku would be a great team. They're both really strong, and they're both really unique. It would be fun to see them work together. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. That's right. Cookie Monster has a dark side and so does Deku. I think they'd make a great pair. They could both have each other's backs, and they could cover each other's weaknesses. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Then it's settled. Deku and Cookie Monster are going to be partners. They're going to make a great team. I can't wait to see them in action. Katsuki laughs and he nods. Yeah, Rainbow Knight is a great character. He's very cool and he's very powerful. Deku would definitely be a good partner for him. They could make a great duo. Katsuki laughs and he nods. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. You'll have two really strong partners, and they'll both be there to support you. It's going to be great working together. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Sure, I'd love to see my office. Katsuki smiles and he nods. Sure, I'd love to see my office. Katsuki follows Jake as he leads him to the top floor. He's excited to see his office, and he's looking forward to seeing what it's like. Katsuki looks around, and he smiles. Yeah, I really like it. It's a great office. It has everything I need, and it's very comfortable. I can't wait to get started. Katsuki sits down next to Jake, and he smiles. He's really glad to be in his own office, and he's excited to get started with his new job. Katsuki looks at the monitor and he smiles. Oh, I see him. He looks like he's having a lot of fun. I'm glad he's getting along with everyone. Katsuki looks at the monitor, and he sees the cameras all around the agency. He smiles, and he nods. Wow, this is really advanced technology. It's great that we can keep an eye on everything. It's going to be really helpful for when we're on missions, and we need to keep track of what's going on. Katsuki's eyes widen and he looks at the monitor. What? They're kissing in the gym room? Katsuki laughs and he shakes his head. Well, I guess we did. I didn't realize they were in a relationship. It's kind of surprising that they're hiding it from everyone. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. He goes over to the monitor, and he clicks the mouse on the camera. He then presses the microphone button, and he speaks into the speaker. Kaminari, Kirishima, what are you two doing in there? Katsuki laughs, and he smiles. Yeah, they were definitely being kissy-kissy. They looked really cute together. I wonder what they'll do now that they got caught. Katsuki laughs and he nods. Yeah, you're right. I'm glad we caught them too. Maybe we should keep an eye on them just in case they're doing more than kissing. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Yeah, the cameras are really helpful. We can always keep an eye on everyone and make sure they're being safe and responsible. It's also a great way to keep track of what's going on and make sure everything is running smoothly. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Yeah, it's a good way to keep an eye on everyone. We don't want anyone doing anything they shouldn't be doing. It's a good way to make sure everyone is safe and that the agency is functioning properly. Katsuki smiles, and he holds the kiss for a few seconds before pulling away. That was nice. I'm glad we're alone up here. Katsuki blushes, and he laughs. Oh, I see it. So you'll be working in the infirmary? That's good to know. I'll be sure to keep an eye on you. Just make sure you don't get too busy with work. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Yeah, I know you. You're always working hard and you're always busy. But you have to take a break sometimes, too. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Katsuki looks at the monitor, and he smiles. Aw, he looks so cute. I'm glad he's getting comfortable and relaxed. I hope he has a nice nap. Katsuki smiles, and he nods. Yeah, that's a good idea. He can have some fun here and he can be close to you at the same time, and I'm sure he'll love having his own space to relax in. He can watch TV and play video games and just have a good time. Katsuki laughs, and he nods. Yeah, it's like we have our own babysitter, and we don't have to worry about him being alone at home or anything like that. He'll be here with us where we can keep an eye on him and make sure he's safe. Katsuki smiles and he nods. I will. I'll make sure to keep an eye on you and make sure you're doing okay. Don't forget, if you need anything, just let me know. Katsuki nods and he smiles. Okay, I'll keep watching you. Just let me know if you need anything. I'll be here. Katsuki watches Jake leave and he smiles. He sits back down on the couch and he keeps watching the cameras. He's keeping an eye on everyone and making sure that everything is running smoothly. This is the end of chapter 40. Thank you for reading, and I hope you enjoyed the story so far. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to leave a comment below. Bye. Thank you for reading and watching. I'm glad you enjoyed the episode. It's been a fun journey so far, and I hope you'll stick around for more of the story.
Talkie, Dream AI, Wonder Kingdom.